Hey guys, Sarge here with the December 23rd, 1941 combat replay for our War in the Pacific Admirals Edition 3v3 play by email game. I have Green with me. Say hi, Green.
Hello, hello. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we both have watched it. I just wanted to wait for Green to upload the video so we could do a bit of a roundtable discussion at the end to give a strategic overview again. Because we haven't done that for a few turns, and we haven't done that since I took control of the Australia theater. So some interesting developments. We did get. I think overall we had a good turn, but I guess I shouldn't completely
I'd say
say.
so. I'd say
Maybe we
so.
should wait till stuff actually happens in the replay before we talk about the turn.
That's a sensible approach.
Yeah, they're getting more aggressive with their subs, which is good for them at
That's
least.
true. That's true. Peleliu is, as far as I'm aware, he's a submarine guy, and he is doing very good work, if not the best out of their entire team so far. He's really getting those kills, and yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have much ASW assets in Australia apart from bombers, at least on the west coast. Even more firing at
Yeah,
destroyers.
that's true. I mean, Shaggy has been previously complaining about that he didn't have enough assets. Even though I think now I don't know how are they distributed across Australia. You do have the minesweepers, right? Which are not that bad because they have 4 ASW. Obviously distribution
Oh, and
matters. I don't
here's.
know where they are. Oh, and that was me. That was
I like how it
okay.
says. I like how it says counter flooding. You can't counter flood in a submarine. You just flood the entire boat.
I mean, it's you know what matters that
Is it
the
sinks?
there you go.
Yeah.
That's what matters. Now this was a okay. That was actually good. I was very lucky. I think that was the left.
This one's not gonna get so lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
They're
sank
gonna
two.
do it more
We've
often.
sank two subs in 2 turns. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
They
Mark
haven't. I don't think they
14s.
sank any
Come
subs
on.
yet.
Ah, we missed an AK off of Kuching.
No, this
Look how
Tambor is
many.
just there for like weeks now.
How much stuff is that wake still?
I don't know, a lot. But Tambor is just there for weeks, and every time still trying to kill this one coastal minesweeper every time.
Why is it
Uh,
firing at a torpedo boat?
I don't know. I mean,
I wish you could
uh,
set probably like make it so they can't target like patrol boats and torpedo boats. Like they have to target like actual ships.
if the captain's feeling ballsy or something, let's get it, let's try. But, oh,
Oh, something
I
else
think
just
that's the
sank.
submarine. I think that's the submarine. That's the IE-166, but I'm not sure.
We got the 15th and the 16th Naval Guard unit landing at
Oh,
Sandakan.
they dropped a lot in there. They dropped like 3 Marine squadrons, even though there was absolutely no position in there, which was a bit funny.
If they wanna delay their offensive movements longer than they already have been, then you go ahead.
Oh yes, you're more than welcome. Not like we really need that, although we won't complain. Let's put it that way.
I mean, one thing like we still gotta understand that this is a newbie game. We aren't
Oh,
like
for sure.
versing pro players or anything. Firing at a patrol
No.
boat, and it misses. Got some stuff off of Numea torpedoes. Oh, hit but no explosion. A destroyer minesweeper.
Yeah, that's Mark 15 for you.
We got subs off of Numea as well now.
At least 2, honestly. I think there's at
Yeah.
least 2 in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Salmon
oh,
takes a lot of hits here.
heavily damaged. I think that one is a good sub. It would be good to save it.
Yeah. 016 firing at a tanker, and it gets the hit.
Is it in the Val? Is it in the port?
Oh, it's not in the port. It's
I
the
mean,
C
like
zone.
in the coastline. Like, did
Yeah.
it get in there? Okay,
One
that's
torp,
ballsy from the
one
cap.
heavy damage.
And here he is. He's out.
And
He got
hopefully
it
that's the one that's sinking right now.
for sure. For sure. Those tankers are pretty small. One torpedo should be more than enough to get it. Especially that was one of the bigger Dutch submarines. One of the O class.
I mean, a tanker is always a good asset to sink.
Oh yeah, especially against Japan. So yeah, but now we will get the entire encyclopedia of sighting reports
Off the coast of the Philippines.
of the coast of the Philippines.
So I'm just gonna
Might as well,
speed
but
through these.
you probably should. There's a lot of them. And there we go. Air raids on nothing, because last turn we put up resistance, which means today it's at least
Yeah,
one or two
same for me. I
days
didn't put
without a
anything up
break.
over Singapore.
Yeah, no. I mean, after the previous turn, I had maybe 3 or 4 operational fighters, so obviously I'm not gonna put them up in here. Yeah, a lot of planes, some bombings in China. A lot of losses. Some more bombings.
I don't know why, but my game volume is really loud, and I'm just hoping it's not as loud in the video.
I hope so too. I had to turn down the stream volume because it was rather loud. But we'll see.
I mean, I know in my recording software I just have it manually turned down by 20 decibels, but with my new headset, everything's way louder.
Oh yeah. Well, it's louder for me as well. So
I mean, this is a
yeah, there we
slaughter,
go.
but I had to try to delay these guys.
Well, were they targeting? Was it the tank division? The tank regiment?
He's
I thought it
got
was
like
the tank.
9 units. He's got like 10 units marching down the
Oh,
road.
oh, they're all from each. Oh, okay, the entire army from each coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I see, I see. Yeah, he for sure will have some planes over that. That's the most important part that's happening in China right now, I think.
Yeah, he's got 2 full divisions marching down the road at least, and then as well as with the armor that I'm guessing is there.
Yeah. Even more sightings. There you go. That was the plane part.
Oh, the AM playing part.
Oh no. Oh, there's more.
He's got Betty's on ASW. That is, he needs to be bringing those up to do other stuff than do ASW work in the rear.
I mean, I'm not against it, you know?
But,
I'm not gonna get any sub anyway.
neither am I.
There we go, even more bombing. Let's check the altitude of those also. I'm really curious if they're in the space already or not yet. Yeah, they're in space.
Yeah, I can't even reach them anyway. Like, my max altitude is 30,500 feet. I can't even reach them.
Let's god, if you put your laptops on like 10k, these guys will have to go home for fuel sooner than they decrease the altitude.
I could just put them at like 1,000 feet, and they have to come all the way down. And here comes the flak wall of Singapore.
Yeah. Against the low flying size. I don't think these units sense about 10k, right? Yeah, around 10k.
10 bombers at 12,000 feet, 10 damaged, with one
Yeah,
runway
exactly.
hit.
There's zeros in space again?
Yep.
In space again, yeah. I wonder, actually, you know what? I don't know how effective it will be, but it would be funny to send planes at like, I don't know, 8k altitude, right? So the guys from 30k would have real problems getting down. Then your planes are only 1 or 2,000 below the bombers. So they would get to the bombers eventually.
And then we outright destroy one finally, and then another 8 damaged. Take a couple casualties, so
Yeah,
they do hit our runway a few more times.
they do take a lot of casualties with those bombings. And hopefully ops losses.
Yeah, I was hoping the ops losses would be higher than they are already. But they aren't like
Huge,
too far from their base though.
Yeah, true.
So that helps with ops
Especially now.
losses.
Yeah, they're taking the entire peninsula. So soon it will be only Singapore. Well, now the plane part is done. For sure.
Yep.
Let's see, what do we have? Oh yeah, there's Tambor and his favorite prey, the Fumimaru 2.
Again, a hit but no explosion. Good old Mark 14s that won't get fixed for 2 years. Trying to get a destroyer minesweeper. Come on.
Yeah, that's Allied submariner life. Fortunately, gonna get some British submarines very soon because they're reliable at least.
Yes.
We're gonna get 2 of them, Trusty and
We get the Yorktown in a week.
yeah. Although I don't think it's gonna be a much use for now.
Yeah.
Since we still don't know where their carriers are. Any of them. Not even the escort ones.
And then we get the bombardment at Clark. So he's got...
I mean, their forces at Clark are surprisingly small.
Yeah, these are pretty small.
I mean, even if you just skip forwards, you're gonna have like the approximate number. It's pretty much equal.
Yeah, only
so
8k.
they have 5k troops. Well, not even 5k. I would say like 4.5k troops more. That's not much. Guns, pretty much the same number. Vehicles, we have way more vehicles.
But it's mostly like motorized support though. It's not like actual.
Yeah, probably. But then we have a lot of forts on all of those units. So
yeah.
Good luck with the breakthrough.
So I do have one question for you. This may just be me being so inexperienced, but why do you need to defend the hex south of Manila?
I decided to leave the units in there because not only I already have level 2 forts in there, but also units in there have their own forts, which I think equals up to at least level 4 or higher forts. So I decided to just leave them there and just slow down the guys coming from the south. Since Manila isn't pressed anyway, for now. If obviously Manila starts to get under heavier attacks and they will really outnumber me there, then I'll back them up to Manila. But for now, I mean, they're just like
I am surprised they're going for
enhanced roadblock. Let's put it that way.
I'm surprised they're going for Clark before Manila, because I think that you'd want to take Manila first.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't played as a Japanese, but like looking at what is there to capture, Manila is kind of the goal. because you have not only the shipyard, not only the big port, you have the industry and everything, and obviously the big city. So that's out. In my opinion, that's ultimately the goal. It's Manila, and then that's why very often I noticed that in many games, Bataan is left like kind of cooking and just starving them to death, and the Japanese aren't pressing because why would you need Bataan if you can minesweep it and you control Manila? Then it's not really necessary. Like you can take your time. That's why attack on Clark I understand it because it's a big it's a big point. It kind of stands between Bataan and Manila, although I'm not sure. I mean, I can't really predict what they're doing because
Yeah.
they also kind of manage the forces in the Philippines differently, right? Because as far as I'm aware, in the game like distribution of forces in Manila, I think there's more forces than they sent. That's my uh what I think is happening because I really think they sent way less than there is in the base game. But I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. And for now, apart from Clarkfield, everything is more or less fine. Apart from obviously the planes, but
Yeah.
that's obvious. We can't really do that. Now here they managed to catch one of my units before they managed to relocate. I think they'll be able to kill it since I
Yeah.
wanted to send it east
Look how
instead
much
of west.
they have 180 AV
Exactly.
taking
Exactly.
Sandacat.
Exactly. That was why I was so surprised because they're spending so much on capturing more or less useless bases. So instead of sending that to Tarakan, for example, right, or whatever, or Balikpapan even,
Hmm.
especially that they more or less already have the control of the straits. But we'll see. I mean,
Here is the
I'm really
end of
curious to see
the
what they're gonna
turn
have planned.
phase with all the fort upgrades.
Oh, it's very funny that some random base in the USSR is also expanding forwards.
Oh
I thought
yeah,
that must have
totally
been
not
like
that I went through and clicked build forts.
funny, exactly a funny touch by Shaggy.
No, he didn't do that.
Totally not, right?
Didn't say it was against the rules, and there's free VPs for us. So if they start complaining about it, I'll stop. But until they do, those forts are going to be building, and we're going to get more victory points.
I mean, we already are way above the limit of the victory points that we should have, right? Or maybe let's say we haven't lost as many as we should have by now. So we're just making it worse for them,
So I guess we
and
could,
also gaining them by killing their stuff.
yeah, I guess we could
So
start a roundtable discussion now. So I am trying to, uh, so most of the stuff that Shaggy has done, I've been able to find and at least mostly remedy. There's still a couple of task forces that I re need to divert to other ports or just being weird. Green found a 30,000 resource convoy that was heading to Pearl Harbor from Australia, so I turned that around, and that prompted me to look everywhere else. He had like there
yeah,
was multiple ports with like 5 task forces in it on some random Dutch island. So it will take some time to readjust that theater that I absorbed to at least what I think is good.
yeah.
So
Looking at it, because I'll have the turn, well, the previous turn opened. Um, it's the thing is that obviously I'm very happy that you have to go through it, not me, because Shaggy did create a lot of. He was in general someone who created a lot of task forces. Probably had a plan for all of them. I couldn't quite grasp all of them, so now you kind of have to, you kind of took the mess after him. But yeah, the problem is that now we kind of have to. Well, Sarge mostly, and if I see something, I just report it. We kind of have to see all of those, funny things like the convoy loaded with supplies or resources or whatever going to Pearl Harbor. What is it? Well, I can actually check. What was it?
It
What
was
is
at
this?
it was at Noumea, which the submarines turned up the turn after.
It's supplies. All right. It was loaded with supplies. If I calculate really quickly, it's 20k plus supply going to Pearl Harbor
No, it
from
was
Sydney.
resources. It just said as supply
The
on the
resources.
screen.
Okay, so it was resources. Um, so yeah, it's stuff like this, right? It's just those random things that probably should not happen, and those are also without escorts, obviously. Um, that should probably not happen. Let's say the path choice is also very risky because it's going very close to the marshals. Um, and yeah, I mean, we just have to kind of find those discrepancies and make sure nothing bad comes out of it. And I think we should be more or less good. But honestly, I should. When it comes to the
Yeah.
southwest, apart from my part, which is Numia and the Solomons, which are not very active right now, I would probably have to let Sarge speak because he's the manager there now.
So part of what I want to do at least is I want to flood Port Moresby with as much AA as possible because I know the power. I mean, people say it's not good, but when you can damage 10, 20 bombers, even with just a limited AA that's at Singapore, and when we're going to get a lot more AA, and it's going to be more effective, it's going to do amazing. It's going to keep all of his planes in maintenance. Because, like, damaging planes, I'd say it's about half a kill, because they have to then repair the plane, which takes, they can't use it for X amount of days. Like, for example, I looked in Clark Field, you had a B-17, or Manila, that was repairing for 19 days.
Yeah.
Just for an
Yes.
example. Like, if I can do even half that and make a squadron inoperable for a week, that is amazing. And I also
I'll say
have,
more. I even have a B-17, which has an estimated delay of repairs. Let me check the world record here. I think it's 27 days. So I don't think that guy will get evacuated
that
in
might as well
time.
just be a write-off and take it for spare parts.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna flood Rangoon as well with AA. I have 2 convoys headed to Rangoon with 3 AA units and 1 AT unit, if I recall correctly, as well as I diverted the 18th Division reinforcement that I started with going to the map. It can't get to Rangoon directly because of the river hex, but I'm just gonna like take it to Calcutta or Chittagong and then walk it down. As well as I'm gonna try and
You can also
combine
try
the
to
Australian
send it to
divisions.
Pagu. You can also try to send it to Pagu and unload it if it's possible, or to Mulmine, because walking it from Kolkata will take at least a month, if I recall. Mm, so if possible, you can always
Yeah, but
unload them at
he's now
Mulmine
got subs
or Pagu.
there. He's got his
That is
bombers
a
are in
yes,
range.
that is a problem.
It all
The
depends on
bombers
if they want to
probably
use
won't
them.
do much. So I think the bombers, he's focusing all the bombers on Singapore right now. But the subs being there so early is definitely a problem.
I don't think it's early. I think it's late. They just have to. They're just recovering from when they were so slow in the first week and a half.
Well, for what I was expecting from them, it's early for sure. Especially looking at their early moves and the quality of them and the game
Yeah.
plan they showed by with those moves.
So I
Then
mean,
then yes, maybe. But
I know I
yeah,
definitely have a lot to work on, as well as just fixing errors that I've made. I have no quarrel with saying I've been not maybe playing the best I could play, but in the end, I'm not trying to use it as an excuse, but it's a newbie game. This is my first time ever playing the game. I'm gonna make mistakes. It's all about learning. Of course, we want to win, but in the end, it's about getting better. I'm learning. I've learned more about this game than just by watching the videos, which I thought I knew a decent bit just from watching the videos. Turns out I didn't know jack shit compared to what I've learned just in the past 2 months from playing this 3v3 game. So this has been a great learning experience. I know a lot more stuff works. I know plays that should be made, good bases for some stuff, when you should evacuate, and when you should just leave it leave it and you can't do anything about it. So I think we're in a good position, really.
I think so, yeah. I think so, since especially that now that we can kind of, especially that we can, concentrate on the general strategy, because well now we can clearly assess how is also the center doing. So by the center I mean Australia and DEI, which was before. Well, it wasn't that clear between us, especially due to language differences
Yeah, the language
and
barrier
difficulties.
not being there anymore helps a lot. And
Yeah,
also the
for sure.
willingness to say no as well as take someone saying no.
Yeah, that's for sure. Before it was well, let's just say like it was a bit harder. It was a bit more conflictive, and everyone had their own opinion,
It was a lot more
and
combative
yeah,
before
yeah, for
we
sure.
went to
Yeah,
the two-person team.
yeah.
Which,
And now we can
funny
kind of
enough,
cooperate more, which I think is obviously for the better.
just to put that out there, there was one player on the Japanese team that was very upset that we didn't ask them about
Oh yeah.
going down to a two-person team. Not even
Yes, that
asking them,
was.
asking him himself.
Yeah,
I'm not
especially
gonna
that the
name
rest
names
of the
because
players.
if you're in the
No,
Discord, you
obviously,
know who it
but
is, but I'm not gonna
yes,
say
but
it on
the
YouTube.
rest of the players of the Japanese team were, well, approached the entire situation rather intelligently and just said, well, it's your team, guys. You decide. We have absolutely nothing to talk about that. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not our decision, is it?
like after looking
But
at the
you know,
situation that I was left in, we really were playing like a 2v3.5.
for sure, yes. There were some very weird moves happening. Um, that would be, I don't know if it was because we are all new, right? I don't know if it's because of the lack of experience, lack of knowledge, maybe. Who knows? We don't know. Definitely, if it was lack of experience, then absolutely that wouldn't be nothing bad. But the difficulties in accepting your mistake from the ex third player made it kind of difficult because he would just not accept that. No, I'm correct,
He wouldn't
and then I
accept
was
his
doing it.
mistakes, and then he'd get mad that we weren't playing how he wanted us to play.
Yeah.
So this is getting a bit longer than I had wanted in terms of the roundtable discussion, and we're getting into areas that I didn't exactly want to dig too deep into. So final thoughts is definitely fixing my mistakes that I've made over the past couple turns with some task forces, as well as trying to do better in China because I've fucked up a lot in China. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat that. I fucked up a lot there. Do you have any final thoughts, Green?
Um. Well, I can only speak of my theaters. Well, final thoughts. Philippines are doing well. We got a lot of supplies in there. Over 25,000 by now, I think. Two different islands, mostly Mindanao and Luzon. So we're gonna keep it up soon. Submarines transport starting. That's for the Philippines. Slowly sending stuff to Numia, to New Hebrides, Espiritu Santo, maybe even the Solomons if they don't do it first, which it doesn't look like they will. And yeah, we'll slowly getting stuff done using their uh, let's say slowness, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to do our best. That's all I can really say.
All right, and on that note, I will see you guys in the next one.